So now, here she's thinking, she's a private person. I beg to differ with that, because this information is fed into your cell phones. Now she will wonder why she starts getting ads in her personal email for AFib medicine and heart palpitation stuff, and somebody's already told her she needs one of these contraptions on her head when she's sleeping at night. I do try to remain calm with this because it's her journey. However, would you please think about what you are doing? This is a wake-up time on the planet. We are changing paradigms. You know, I've said in the past, I've spoken about shifting paradigms for as long as many of you were coming to the Purple Pear 15 years ago. Quite frankly, at the time, I wasn't sure what the heck I was told to be speaking about, but I put it forth. But now I've got the clear, clean consciousness about what that means. And it means you and I better really get with the program of learning to still yourself, eat right, take a walk. I'm going to give you the name, because all cell phones, I'm really now on another warpath about them. We all need them. I'm speaking to you remotely today because I'm not at the studio. So yes, I'm with a cell phone, but trust me, it is not on my ear. So there is a company that I've actually heard about through my study of this bioenergetic medicine, this completely disruptive technology. And I'm going to spell it carefully for you because I did a lot of research before I headed out from Florida. But frankly, I was simply too busy to do much with it. I did speak with the gentleman there. I liked his frequency, and I wish I could even give you his name. I can't. All of that, I left that in Florida. But here's the name of the company. Let me see if I can get this right. It's Memonizer, MEMON, Memon. That's how you're going to look it up. Memom, M as in Mary, E for Edward, M as in Mary, O, N for Nancy. Check it out. Look it up. That's some really great devices to protect your head from all these really, really negative waves that are bombarding it. What I learned this weekend, because I went to another training field with all this great equipment that I'm learning, they really showed a picture that really stayed in my mind. It was a picture of certainly full-on, full body, but it showed how the small capillaries really mostly make up the brain. And I took note of that because many of you know last year I really suffered a really crummy fall, and my head was not the same. As a matter of fact, I would say to you, this device that I've got finally is, I feel confident in it, that it is actually going to now get the oxygen correctly back into those tiny capillaries, because I still have a spot on my eyebrow that's still numb, and this incident happened almost a year ago. When the anniversary comes up this November, I am going to throw myself one heck of an anniversary party, because that's the luckiest day of my life, the single luckiest day, aside from the birth of my son, which was right up there with the lucky days. But this, for my personal health, why was it lucky? Because, number one, I've been full-on told that was one of my leaving dates. I really could have, should have left that day. But the lucky part is, if you're going to land on your face, it could take out your eye. It could break every bone in your face. It could throw your jaw out. It could throw your teeth out. It could give you some really bad brain stuff. I think it did do some brain damage in a very happy way, because once the healing started and once I got over the trauma of it, it's almost kind of like the Buddha energy just stepped right on in, because now, aside from, okay, you have some of the normal little flitches in life, basically, I am a happy, happy girl. So it pushed out a lot of stuff with like, I don't know where the old Elaine went. She was a nice gal, but I think she actually left in the paradigm shift. So the new, improved edition is here with greater clarity, greater focus. Now, this interesting, phenomenal equipment that I've been using has been helping. So here's the deal. When you're given a gift, like a new tool, a new healing tool, anything you're given, whether it be you're learning finally through nutrition to take care of your body. Well, okay, but you can't just do that. Now you've got to drink more pure water. Well, okay, you can't just do that. Now you've got to take that walk around the block. Okay, you can't just do that. Now you've got to look more cleanly and carefully to the source energy within that is breathing you. You're being breathed with this magnificent light. And you are to be a light unto the world. First and foremost, would you please be a light unto yourself? It's that simple. So, these Fitbits, I really wish, you see, because I'm remote, you still can't call in. Yeah, I should probably have a disclosure here now for my beloved Jeffrey. I don't think I'm going to be back next week. I think I'll still be remote. So there will be some of you up in New Jersey that are wondering, how can you reach me here? Right here in Jersey, either you need to come for your personal consultation. If you're anywhere within even a 50-mile radius for feng shui, yes, I'll come. And if you want to come and find out what the heck I'm bumbling about for this magical, it isn't magical. There's no magic involved here. It's hardcore science by some of the finest scientists in the world. So it's a class act. Trust me, this is a class act. The packaging on this thing is a class act. So if you want to find me here, because it keeps adjusting my own mouth, this thing, I'm going to be brave, and I will actually trust all of you and honor you to honor me. I am about to put out my cell phone number here. Area code 321-210-6582. Area code 321-210-6582. I would strongly encourage you not to call right now, because that's the line I'm on, and Jeffrey will have apoplexy in the studio. So thank you for not doing that. If you want to email me, most of you know I am very technologically challenged simply because it doesn't interest me. I wish it did. I use it as a tool. I am not addicted to it. I'd rather talk to you. I'd rather hug you. I'd rather remember for you until you're ready to remember for yourself that you are God in drag. And that takes some doing. It takes a lot of focus. So that's why I really do get frustrated with a lot of these social stuffs. But, so if you want to reach me here, I'm also going to give you my personal email, simply because I haven't been checking the Purple Portal 777 Gmail. Hasn't happened for 6 weeks. So if some of you are frustrated via that modality, try this one. Elaine, Elaine, M as in Mary, B as in boy, 320 at gmail.com. And you're only getting it once. So if you missed it, sorry. Because I was very brave to give it once. All right, we got stuff to do today. You've got ways to talk to me. about that. You know about that. We did that. All right. I do want to tell you, we are still obviously, we're still in the year of the rooster. We're still in the fire rooster year, which is why you are hearing so many people, and it's so tedious, mouthing off, fiery, when really, just go operate your life. If each one of us simply, cleanly, with focus, operated our life properly, geez, this would be a fantastic Earth. It's fantastic in its core and its infrastructure. I just don't know how dear Mama Earth puts up with all of our mismouthing. We are so mismouthing. And the year of the rooster is, stop quarreling, everybody. Grow up. Don't you want to say that to people? But to make matters even more interesting, we are still in the month of the rooster. So now we've got mismouth on top of mismouth. So please, you've got to pay attention to how you're using your mouth. And I had a very big aha moment about mouth. Because this interesting device that I am now working with, over the only 6 weeks, first it began, I could feel it was adjusting the oxygen in my circulatory system. And at first I'm like, wow, that is really so cool. And the thought went right through my mind, geez, I've always had bad circulation. And the thought went through my mind, well, about the 4th week into this journey, it began to do some stuff on my face. I don't know what it was doing. I just know it's doing something. And that was adjusting an accident that happened when I was 2.5 years old. And for those of you who know me, that was just a few years ago. However, what it's now showed me after about 6 weeks, and we're in a year of seeding. I don't want to jump around on you, but I want you to follow the dots here. We're in a galactic year of seeding, and I'm saying be careful how you're using both your mouth and your mind. Interestingly enough, all of a sudden, the big aha went on. I've been told all my life, even as a little girl, I could hear now my mother's voice speaking maybe to someone else about me. You know, you're kind of there at the table and you're kind of being discussed, or you're sitting on the steps waiting for something, and all my life I heard, oh, Elaine has poor circulation. And so I picked up the mantra. I got to tell you, that is no longer my mantra. And I will undo this thing. As a matter of fact, the minute you become aware of the fact that it's got to be undone, quite frankly, it's undone. And now it's just restoring the system to its natural state of whole, complete, and perfect, which was always there anyway. But I certainly kept endorsing, pour this, pour that, to the point where I've been working with this new equipment with a 94-year-old gal that I have absolutely fallen in love with. She's magical. She doesn't even speak English really very well. She's from another country. And somewhere, maybe a while ago in her life, she suffered an injury at work in a factory and the injury actually didn't leave her blind. The dear doctor did. The doctor did something that made her blind, which is really a tragedy. But now her eye, the other eye, is now becoming dim. She can hardly see out of it. And I listened carefully because I got the memo about there's nothing poor about me, and there's nothing poor about you, and there's nothing bad. You don't have a bad back. You don't have a bad knee. It's a good knee. It's a good back. And oddly, of course, I've taught all this for 20 million years. You'd think, how slow are we to really get the memo that it has to sink in? So I very calmly said to the daughters who were watching this process, pain